Hi everyone. Today I have two great stories for you. The first one is about an aunt who does not want to wear something that her niece made her for a very special occasion. And the second story is a really great petty revenge story, so you're going to want to check that one out too. So, let's get started. Story 1. Am I the donkey for not letting my niece sew me a dress for a big career moment because she doesn't do a good job? I love my niece, and I support her creative expression. I've told her that she can make me a dress for running around the house, running errands, hanging out, etc. I'm happy to wear something she's made at times where it's appropriate. I've worn the acrylic scarf she crocheted me for a few years now, and it's not because it looks good. She uses YouTube and TikTok tutorials, so she doesn't know how to work off patterns, make tailoring adjustments, choose the right fabric, etc. On TikTok and other social media spaces, the cool thing to do is announce that you made your garment from a ratty thrifted sheet using an old pair of shorts you had lying around. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. But she doesn't take the time to do things like pressing or finishing seams, trimming or sewing in the ends, etc. When I've suggested it to her, she said it's more authentic the way she does it. She begged me to do an outfit for an event I have coming up where I'll be on stage. I tried to let her down gently and said that I had a dress being tailored as we speak. She said I could wear that one to something else, but that I should wear something she made because it would be special and a bonding experience for us. Everyone in my family is obsessed with bonding experiences. Everything has to be a bonding experience between the adults and kids. It's exhausting. I reiterated my no, saying, "No, I do not want you to make me anything." Her mother, my sister-in-law, is telling me that I care way too much about my appearance and my image. This is an event related to my career. The last thing I need to do is walk up on stage in something that doesn't fit or looks like it was made with a sheet. And especially because I am plus-sized, how I look is judged more harshly. Sister-in-law complaining about me being superficial is not new. I dared to buy one designer bag for myself and she did the whole thing you see on Reels. The whole, "Stupid, I would just thrift the bag and put the rest of my money in the bag" bit. I was briefly engaged and she would not be quiet about how I supposedly wanted a wedding. Not a marriage because I dared to want to pick out my own decor and not just use whatever she could scrounge up on Marketplace or get for a sale at the craft store. My career is the most important thing in the world to me right now. Obviously, for my sister-in-law, her child is the most important thing in the world to her. But am I correct to put my career ahead of her child's feelings, or do my values automatically make me the donkey? Comment 1. Not the donkey. Your sister is giving major, "I would let my kids sing on an airplane full of people" energy here. I hope you guys got that reference. It's where parents let their child sing a song on the plane over the intercom, but it was like the same song for about an hour or something like that. Yeah. Comment 2. Seriously, it's like she thinks every kid is a prodigy waiting to happen. Comment 3. Hail Mary, full of grace. I feel trauma just thinking about it. Comment 4. Telling me that I care way too much about my appearance and my image. So is this her actually acknowledging her kid's work looks bad or what? Not the donkey. Comment 5. You need to learn a new terminology. Information diet. Actually 2. Gray rock method. Don't give these people any information and they'll have nothing to harangue you about. And when they do, just say, "Uh-huh" or "Okay" cheerily and walk away. Learn how to facilitate both of your new terms and make them your skill set. Not the donkey, go with the tailored option. Of course you know this. Comment 6. Definitely agree with the information diet. Also, remind the family that not everything is a group project. Even if niece made beautiful clothing, OP is not obligated to wear something niece chooses to make. Chooses is important here because niece and sister-in-law seem to think that they/family has the right to impose their standards, ideas, decor, etc. onto any event. And if you disagree, then you are at fault rather than the person who is forcing you to accept their help. Comment 7. Not the donkey. YouTube and TikTok tutorials? When she takes this seriously, so will you. Comment 8. Ha 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 ha. You care too much about your appearance, so she agrees that her daughter's sewing abilities are bad. Comment 9. Not the donkey. You don't do damage to your professional image because your sister never taught your niece to accept the word no. Comment 10. Not the donkey. Nobody gets to tell you what to wear. Comment 11. Not the donkey. It's a career event, not summer camp. You're not a villain for not wanting to wear a wrinkly sheet dress on stage. Supporting her hobby doesn't mean sacrificing your professional image. Your sister-in-law sounds mad you don't want to live life on hard mode like she does. Do you guys agree with the commenters? I do. I think sister-in-law and niece are wrong for trying to impose their views and saying bad things about OP because she wants what she wants. They should be able to accept OP's boundaries and let OP do what she wants. Story 2. The universe's petty revenge. This is my grandmother's petty revenge, but I thought I would post it anyway because it's funny. So my grandfather, who I've never met, divorced my grandmother after she gave birth to her second daughter. They married young, lived in a super conservative town, and he was obsessed with the idea of a son. After the divorce, my grandmother was ostracized for her failure. He married his second wife some months later. My grandmother had to stay in the town while she was saving up money to move. But once she did, she kept tabs on the town and her family. And guess what? Wife number 2 gave birth to a girl. And so did wife number 3. My grandfather had 5 wives, including grandmother, and all gave birth to girls. Wife number 2 had 3, wife number 3 had 2 and a stillborn. Wife number 4 had 3, and wife number 5 had 1, but divorced him quickly because she didn't want to be blamed. It also came out he had cheated with a neighbor who had 3 sons and 1 girl, and that 1 girl was his child. The husband divorced the neighbor, but she refused to marry my grandfather because he's defective. He's paying a fortune in support and can't find any other woman to marry him because turns out 20-something-year-olds don't want a 68-year-old. What's even more hilarious is the very Christian town has changed its tune and is now supportive of his daughters and his divorcees. Turns out it's not the woman's fault anymore. I don't even know the percentage of something like this, but it must be insane. As for my grandmother, remarried and had my uncle. Apparently, her family back in the town loudly talked about how blessed my grandmother was for giving birth to a healthy son. Comment 1. The gender of the child is primarily influenced by the father. It was kind of his own fault. Comment 2. That's actually hilarious. It's like life kept handing him daughters just to prove a point. Your grandma really got the last laugh without even trying. And the town switching sides now? So fake. Glad she moved on and had a good life. She deserved way better from the start. Comment 3. This happened with my uncle. He had 4 daughters, divorced first wife, married second wife, 2 more girls. He gave up. He hated his little brother who had 1 boy and 1 girl. Family reunions were great, lol. Comment 4. My grandfather valued boys. He had only biological daughters. He adopted a son, pure deadbeat. Both his girls and the son only had female kids, so he didn't get a grandson either. I always found that humorous. Comment 5. Getting some real Henry VIII vibes. Comment 6. Basic math suggests a 1 in 4,096 chance. There are slight variations in male-female birth rate, but about a 0.025% probability. Comment 7. He only plants girl seeds instead of boy seeds. Comment 8. My father had 2 wives and fathered 6 daughters. Mom, mother to 4 of us, changed husbands and went on to have a boy. That was a great petty revenge story, and I'm glad that Grandma finally got her justice. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye!